Hello, my name is Barbara Lewis, with the 5th episode of A Singer's Life Notes at 63. I wrote and recorded this song called Body quite a few years ago when my own body was not in trouble. My trouble began a couple of years ago when I took a foolish fall at home. I talked about it on a video shot by the Miranda Esmond White team in my home near Montreal.
Probably at home, but this was a really stupid one. I was grumbling to myself and I was not happy. I walked into the bathroom with an armful of towels and I reached out for another towel, and before I knew it, I had slammed down onto the floor. It was such a slam that I thought that I had broken everything.
I discovered that I had fractured my tailbone, and it had twisted a little bit in that accident, and it was pressing into the flesh. It was very painful. Anybody who's had this kind of an injury will know that it takes quite a long time to heal before you can get back to doing any exercise. So when I was ready to exercise again, I needed something pretty gentle.
But I needed something where I could do it every day and feel like I was always protecting myself and being protected through the exercise routines. And that's Miranda for me. And she's like my daily friend.
So I did these exercises several times a week, lengthening, strengthening. I found that they helped my body a lot to feel better, to get into better shape. But I had another problem, and that was a repetitive stress injury. And I whined about it enough, I guess, to my good friend Beverly, that she finally said to me, "Look, I cured myself using this book, and I had carpal tunnel syndrome. Sounds like you have something like that too. Why don't you have a look at this book?" And so I did, and it's made a big difference to my life. I want to tell you a little bit about this book, Conquering Carpal Tunnel by Sharon Butler, because I found it so fascinating, and in the end it helped me so much. She talks about the fascia, which I believe is the interconnecting tissue in the body, how if your body knows you're going into an accident, how the fascia will change form. It actually goes from being somewhat more fluid to something very, very strong, like it's bracing your spine against injury. It's a very, very fascinating element and aspect of the body. But the trick that she talks about in terms of healing these kinds of carpal tunnel problems, mine is not carpal tunnel in the same way that you think of it as being a wrist injury. For me, it's at the neck, from sitting too long and from I do a lot of composing at the computer, and I probably don't sit well at times. So I got this neck problem, which is recurring. But one way that she talks about healing yourself is to really tune into your body. No, wait, this is not difficult. You have to stop and breathe and think. So my injury was here, or still is, but much, much better. And you lean against, just as an example, you lean into that injury. I can feel a little bit of a pull right there, but not very much. It's very gentle. And as you lean into it, when you feel a little bit of a stretch, you stop. And you wait until you feel the muscles and all of everything that's in there give way. And there's a very strong feeling of that if you're really thinking about it. You don't push past that. She claims that it's the pushing past that place that makes the fascia grab to protect itself. So you need to just lean and let it release, and lean a little more and let it release. I have found over the last couple of months that this has changed the amount of pain I have in my neck to much, much less. Now, I don't have to do all this exercise. I mean, I could live with it. Many people live with these aches and pains at our age, but I don't want to. I want to walk on stage and sing with freedom, physical freedom, so I can express what I have to say. And you too. No matter what you do in life, you want to have freedom, physical freedom, so you feel young, you feel like you can do what you need to do, what you want to do. I hope these things helped you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.